Everything good. Everything good. We got a little fucking snow in this little fucked up ass New York. But
yeah, I heard it was about to be a couple feet.
It's about to be freezing.
I mean, we'll see. Sometimes they be fucking overhyping shit, and it just be a little sprinkle that you just get the city nasty, and the dirt from the street mixes up with a little bit of snow flurry, and the shit just make you slip, bust your ass, and it ain't no real snow. They start shit unnecessarily and just overhyping shit for no fucking reason, just for another excuse to shut shit down even more than they already shut shit down.
Yeah, right, dog. Yeah.
Fuck New York right now. Fuck New York.
There ain't nothing open. I heard if like a restaurant opens, it's a $10K fine.
Yeah.
Yo, this shit is really like it feels like a re-enslavement is happening out this bitch.
Come on, Bus.
You're not far from it though.
House arrest, right?
Shit is crazy. I can't even front. I'm ready to get the fuck.
Crazy.
Tell you that shit.
You know, y'all in New York, y'all built different. Out here in LA, if it's 70 degrees, we wearing coats and shit, beanies, fucking old as fuck, dog. We complaining and shit. Y'all over there built different, bro.
What up? They locked the whole shit down out there too, though, right?
Whole shit is locked down, dog. Yeah, there's like a few cities where they got some open shit. You know what I mean? Like Pasadena out this way, Orange County. I think they got some places open.
Couple strip clubs underground.
You know. But for the most part, yeah, everything's shut down, man.
Yeah.
Fuck every city that's locking down shit. Fuck every city that's doing this right now. This shit is crazy to us, yo.
But Bus, we gotta do it, right? I mean, we gotta stop this fucking COVID.
I mean, we really need to stop the fucking narrative that, you know, it ain't that. Because it might be something more than that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This shit is a little weird at this point. It's like, you know, I went to Atlanta times in the last. I went to Atlanta 3 times in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've been open all the time. And people are out there and enjoying their life. And saying that to be responsible, everybody got to be responsible. But I never knew when there was a time in life where politics dictated our wellness and self-preservation should be. You know, at the end of the fucking day, you know, we leave that to the medical department, we leave that to science, and we leave that to also our motherfucking own, you know, instinctual and fucking intellectual selves to be able to know how to take care of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, you know, prior to whatever political agenda that they're trying to implement now, we was always left to figure that shit out for ourselves any motherfucking way. Right. You know? And a lot of the times, the best medicine wasn't necessarily Western medicine. You know, the time the best motherfucking medicine was the good old-fashioned remedies that our grandparents used to raise us with. You know,
feel me?
Good motherfucking chicken noodle soup and vapor rub and motherfucking
tussin'.
You wrap yourself up in a blanket, you turn the heat on in the room, you sweat some shit out. You know?
That's it.
I mean, I just, you know, it's just a little deeper to me what's happening now than what's happened at any other time. And I'm just trying to wrap my head around what the fuck is really going on here, because what really warrants shutting down the whole planet?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's just a virus alone that's warranting the shutdown of an entire planet. And then what's really intriguing to me is, you know, they telling us to do everything else but some of the most obvious things to do. Like, put this mask on, right? Cool. Go to the hospital. Fuck with these vaccinations. But they're not telling nobody to eat better. They ain't telling nobody to go to the fucking gym. They not telling nobody to do a lot of the shit that if you just actually did and built your own immune system, which technically speaking, scientifically speaking, genetically speaking, I don't think there's any medicine in the world that is designed to fight off any sickness, disease, virus better than the fucking immune system, because your immune system is designed to defend itself better than any medicine. Until your immune system gets to a point where it's too weak to defend itself. Then You got to outsource, right? But they ain't telling us nothing that we could be doing to actually keep our immune system at its most strongest and its most powerful. They telling us to do everything other than that.
Would you agree, though, that, I mean, some people can't even grasp the idea of wearing a mask, let alone other direction?
Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your respiratory system is not designed to recycle the inhale-exhale process. There's nothing healthy about that. You actually make yourself sick inhaling what you exhale. You exhale the shit because your body got what it needed from the oxygen, and it's getting rid of what it doesn't need from what you inhale. That's like when you eat food. You eat healthy shit. Your body takes it in and takes the nutrients from the good food you eat, and then you shit and piss what your body don't want. Imagine eating your shit and drinking your piss back.
Nah, fam.
Okay, cool. So that's my point. That's exactly my point, right? That's exactly
hang on.
point.
My doctor's on the phone. I'm gonna tell him to go fuck himself. You're my new doctor. Hang on one second. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Yeah, Bust, you're my primary now, my guy. Congratulations. Busta Rhymes on the Cruz Show. Real 92.3, LA's new home for hip-hop. Standing up to racism and racial injustice in our black and brown community. Our brother Busta. Congratulations on ELE2. Crazy Garcia.
Wow.
The intro scared the crap out of you.
Yeah, man. Chris Rock was upset. Busta was upset. The world's ending, man. I almost pressed pause, but I knew better than that,
keep
man.
that going.
No, the album is so good.
Yes,
and to
sir.
hear Rakim in the first little bit of the album, too, was such a blessing for a fan like me, man.
Thank
You
you.
killed it again, bro.
Big bars.
Thank you so much, my brothers. You know, I'm just trying to continue to share and be a giver towards the advancement of the culture, bro. You know,
Yes, sir.
The culture has been great to me. It's been great to my family. It's been great to my peace of mind, especially during those times when we need to deal with some sort of therapeutic shit, because we all go through shit. And in every dynamic of my life, man, I haven't ever needed or anything once I found hip hop and fell in love with it. So as long as the fire keeps, the passion and that fire keeps burning in my soul, homie, I'm gonna probably be one of the first motherfucking rapper dudes to be doing this shit on my motherfucking Mick Jagger Rolling Stones age group. You know what I'm saying? Like I love this shit too much. I'm never gonna be the dude to say I'm gonna retire because I love it too much. I mean, obviously I'm gonna, the dynamic of the way I'm obligated to doing this shit is gonna probably change. You know what I'm saying? With time and with age, but I don't think I'm gonna ever stop doing something in reference to making music and being creative. I just love this shit. But I'm just super glad and honored that, you know, I'm completing my 29th year professionally recording. Like,
Hold the fuck on.
Hey.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Good
the
time.
first leaders of the New School album, gonna be 30 years old on July 30th of 2021. Like,
Wow.
Legendary.
surreal shit to know that 30 years later, I probably put out the best album I've ever made, you know? And that's a lot to say because I've had some phenomenal moments throughout the legacy and the career run, but this has been the word that's been thrown around, classic and masterpiece. And, you know, it took 11 years to
Legend.
out here working, and I've gotten to a place where, you know, it just felt like, and I ain't gonna lie, I attribute what I was able to do with this album to the experience that I had with the good Dr. Dre. Like when I was working on Big Bang album, I learned so much from that experience, bro. Like Dre used to set these standards that was fucking like unreachable and shit. Like he just pushed you to try to grab a cloud out the sky that you just never was able to actually reach, but he made you believe you actually could. And then you fucking would literally believe it so much that you started to tap into shit creatively, and you were willing to push yourself further creatively to reach unreachable levels creatively. And the patience in doing that, and the tenacity in doing that shit, and you know, just even when you was getting frustrated in the studio with Dre, it was like you really didn't have a choice because you're a guest in his house, and if you want to win so in a new way, you got to do different shit. So it was like, I can't do it the Busta Rhymes way. I've already garnished my success doing it my way, but if I want a new success level that I've never reached, I got to try doing something in a new way, and the Dr. Dre way was the new way for me. But it was challenging. But with all of that being said, what I was able to walk away with from that experience is what led to Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God. And, you know, I'm so grateful to that man, because I didn't understand the significant value of patience without taking time for granted, because you don't actually want to act like, you know, Dre, he takes forever to put out albums. I took forever to put out this. But when the shit comes, it was worth every fucking second of the wait.
Yeah.
So it also, you can hear how much the time was valued in the wait. So I'm just, I'm in that space right now, and I'm living on a whole nother plane of energy. I'm excited and I'm grateful. Word.
I'll tell you this though, you're 1,000% right. I'm getting a little tired of waiting for Detox, but listen, I'm hanging in there.
But that makes all of us, bro. That's
I'm
a fact.
hanging in there, my G. You feel me?
Real
yo,
shit.
when you say worth the wait, I mean, you look at the features on here. We have new stuff with Q-Tip and Kendrick Lamar and Anderson .Paak. I mean, and MOP and Dirty Bastard. I mean, it's like you gave us all that nourishment as hip hop fans that we've been missing, man. We've been missing it.
You know, Busta says hip hop, you know, the culture gave him so much, right? But yo, everything the culture gave to you, Bust, you gave it back tenfold, my G. To watch you on stage, you and Spliff, the most exciting hip hop act to hit that stage. When y'all was doing that radio run, those radio shows, and you know, the summer jams and the whatever the fuck, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Were epic.
Thank you. Thank you so much, bro. You know, that being on stage, bro, like that shit is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just some godly
outer body. Yeah, outer body experience. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it really is an outer body experience. When you see, like, it don't matter if it's 100 motherfuckers in front of you, or you sitting in the fucking Rose Bowl and there's 50,000, 60,000 people in front of you. It's like, there's a thing that you can't even define in words or describe in words, when you know that a random spontaneous thing that you do on stage could turn into something that the entire 50, 60,000 or the entire 100,000 people becomes a complete embodiment of whatever that random moment was that you do at a split seconds of a moment, just thinking about it, not even thinking about it, and being free and just letting that shit happen. And then everybody fucking taps into that shit. And it's like, they doing whatever you doing, and you feeding off of that shit, and you giving it back. That shit is like, it's like you turn into some other shit, and you don't even realize what's happening. You just know you getting lost in it. And it's a magical fucking thing that it's like, you don't even know how it's happening, but it's happening. And it's like, I think for me, that's the most rewarding part of doing all of this shit. It's like, you could come up with an idea, you could execute the idea in the studio. That don't necessarily mean it's gonna translate to all of these people though. When it does, genuinely and organically, you can't put a price tag on that shit, bro. It's the most phenomenal feeling ever. So,
magic.
You know, that stage, man, that shit is like, that's everything. That's the confirmation for me that you doing what you're supposed to do.
Man, we saw a hint of it on Masked Singer, my G. You did your thing. I saw that, bro. That's right.
Yo, thank you. I ain't gonna lie, I have fun on that shit, bro.
That's right.
Especially especially with you know, this fucking weird energy going on out here. You know, there's a lot of stress and depression and just, you know, walking around really not even understanding how to function in this time. You know, I'm always one that want to be a part of and attached to the feel good energy. And when I got the opportunity to do the Masked Singer, I just knew that it was a moment to make motherfuckers laugh, smile, feel good.
That's what it did, man.
That we going through, even if it's for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It not only was it a pleasure to be on the show. Plug this back in, Soli. Not only was it a pleasure to be on the show, but the whole professionalism of the production crew behind the scenes and shit, and you know, I think we had to like go through the whole process for like about a week and a half because, you know, they had us COVID testing every 3 days until the show was done. And the whole experience, it was just incredible, bro. But for the most part, I think the thing that I really enjoyed besides actually being on the show was being able to honor one of my greatest inspirations, LL Cool J, on the 30th anniversary of Mama Said Knock You Out album, being able to perform Mama Said Knock You Out. And, you know, in a way, it's glad that I was to be on that show. I was hoping that I was fucking the first to get kicked off. Because confession, outside of certain rap songs that I'm a real fan of, which I knew I couldn't really keep performing rap shit without someone figuring out it was me. But when they started to, if I would have won, and then I had to start trying to remember songs that would throw motherfuckers off, I didn't really want that responsibility because I don't really remember the words to a bunch of people.
I feel that. Listen, 30 years in the game, my G, a lot has happened. You know
a lot of trees been burnt too, my brother.
Yes.
That's right. Yes, sir. Hey, Bus, you know 2020 has been a crazy year, right? And a lot of us, no matter what age you were or are, we learned something new about politics, something that we didn't know about, right? If there was a law that you could create, Busta, that you could pass, what would it be? Could be in the music industry, could involve humanity.
I think the one most important law that I would like to pass is for it to be mandated that there would be a conviction of crimes against humanity against every politician that was involved with some shit that wasn't pro-humans. Politicians are liars. Politicians are extreme liars. Politicians are the most incredible liars. And I just ain't fucking with, and I'm just tired of, and I'm just at a point in my life, just through my own personal research, personal experience, I think we've all witnessed for a long time the disproportionate injustice against Black and brown people in particularly. I think it's very fucked up. The information that even white people were accessible to, which, you know, has a complete delusional understanding on what the truth is about the significant value of what so many other cultures consist of. It's why they believe that, you know, they have the right to be the way they are towards other races of people from as far back as the beginning of time. And I would really mandate the law that every politician that got caught in a lie, they would have to suffer directly what they have caused other people to suffer based on what they have inflicted on every other culture of man and every other race. And that's something that I've really, really, really felt years. A lot of thought has gone into that. And
It's wild, I know. Yo, Bus, you getting the vaccine?
As of right now,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely not, my brother. I'm not fucking with no vaccine, brother. I mean, it's just really interesting to me to see how this thing is playing out too. Like, you know, when you look at the news, I haven't seen a white person receive a vaccination shot. I haven't seen a white person administer a vaccination shot. And all of these things are just intriguing and strange to me. But I think even beyond that, like the trivial side of it, we all know the history of vaccinations have been, you know, from the flu shot down to, you know, I think we do know that, again, you know, the immune system was designed to be the best healer when you treat it properly. And I do know before Western medicine, you know, we have ancestral history that has lived for 150 years of life successfully off herbs and off of remedies that don't have nothing to do with the pharmaceutical industry or Western medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of these vaccines and a lot of these shots and a lot of the food and the genetic modification of all of these things has been able to completely lessen life expectancy significantly as the years have come to pass. And, you know, it's just facts. I'm not making none of this shit up. This is shit that exists, accessible information for everybody to research on their own. I'm just dudes, I just like to still utilize the gift of being able to think, being able to go and research some shit, question some shit, investigate some shit, as opposed to just complying and doing what I'm told without trying to figure out whether it's actually the best thing for me to be doing or not.
Hey, Bus, you realize every time you talk, it sounds like you spitting a verse? I mean, Bus.
Yo, bro, I got a lot of shit on my mind. I got a lot of shit to say every time I talk. You know, I know sometimes that my shit be long-winded, but I always try to make the shit that I'm saying informative. And I always try to make the shit that I'm saying spark thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like a duty of ours. I think motherfuckers is forgetting that we do have a duty to educate each other and empower each other. I ain't saying not have fucking fun. I'm the turn up king. Everybody knows Busta Rhymes is the life of the motherfucking party, but
I seen you at the club, dog. I seen it from
word.
myself.
I don't play with going out and enjoying life, but I'm also very much into self-preservation and knowledge of self and self-awareness.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very much into sharing that shit. Like, I want us to be able to live our best life for a long fucking time, because we got shit and we got a lot of shit left to do. And if we in the best shape of our life, even with the little flaws that we come with, we should be able to enjoy doing all of that shit together. Fuck that.
Feel that. Saw you lost a lot of weight. Let you and I need the workout plan, Bus. What's good?
Yeah, talk to us.
What we gotta do, Bus? Tell me, man. Show us.
Yo, you just gotta commit mentally first. I ain't gonna. It don't matter what we need. You ain't gonna do this shit until you ready mentally.
Yeah.
You know how many times a motherfucker used to tell me, you gotta quit smoking, or bro, you gotta lose that weight, or bro, you gotta stop smoking so much weed, or you gotta stop. All right, cool. Number one, I ain't living for anybody outside of my kids and my family, right? Number two, everybody got some shit to say. Number three, how do you feel? You happy with what you looking at when you look in the mirror, homie? You happy at how you look when you finish laying down with your woman? When you ain't got no shit on and you walk past the mirror and you see your motherfucking stomach way past everything else? Are you happy about how you feel after you laying down with your woman and you breathing all fucking crazy and you ain't got no second and third round in you? How do you feel when you playing basketball or, you know, you joking with your friends and shit, and your breathing is not where it need to be, or
Been there.
You feeling sluggish. Like it just got to a point for me where I had to make up my mind for me. It really wasn't what nobody else said or what nobody felt or how I looked to anybody else until it got home. Like when it came home, I started hearing that shit from my loved ones and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not only hearing them having an issue with how I was looking, but they started to tell me how they could hear me breathing even when I was just sitting in a chair doing nothing. And when I started hearing shit like, you know, Dad, I'm scared, like I'm gonna lose you soon. Like when you start hearing that shit,
wow. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's when
it
checks
you in.
It get different. It start cutting deep. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a combination of things, but whatever those things are, those moments are, when you get to that crossroad, bro, you're gonna make the decision that's best and that's necessary, and you're gonna do it. And then when you do it, you're not just doing it for somebody or because of what somebody said. You doing that shit, you know, within your heart, you had to make this change at some point because you didn't put it off long enough. Then when you start fucking with it and you really commit, and you commit to that motherfucking workout, and you commit to that diet and that meal prep regimen, and you commit to the fucking 5-6 days a week you gotta go, and you get into your first 30 days of really doing it the right way, start seeing that motherfucking stomach shave down, bro. You start seeing that muscle growth and shit.
Starts to feel real good.
Motherfuckers start telling you, yo, your face starting to get smaller, yo. Hey, yo, bro, your stomach looking smaller. You looking, motherfucker, I see you, homie, I see you.
But yo, Bus, I will say, I saw you on stage with the belly and you didn't miss a step.
Oh, thank you, brother. You know, I ain't
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
And why didn't you have this conversation with Funkmaster Flex? By the way, I want no smoke.
Yo, listen. Everybody got their way. Everybody got their path. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're happy and you still reach the destination, that's what's important. You know,
for sure.
You know, we live in different cribs, but if we go into the same club and we successfully make it to the destination, we get to turn up together. So I don't really know nobody's approach. My thing is, I did what was right and what I felt was right for me. You know what I'm saying? And I salute Funk Flex on his journey and what he felt he needed to do to get to his place of comfort. And,
absolutely.
And everybody else for that matter. You know, there's no one right way. It's just what the right way is for you. And, you know, that's really it at the end of the day, man. But I'm not gonna lie, brother. It's like at this point, when you finally get to the goal, like I was 340, I was 340 at my worst. I ain't miss a step on that stage because it becomes deeper than my condition. Like I was saying before, it's a blind thing when you connect with that people. You start feeding off of some shit when you make that connection with the people that nothing can stop. I might get off that stage breathing harder than a motherfucker and exhausted in a way then that ain't gonna happen now because I'm way better in shape now. But in the moment, you ain't gonna miss a step if you are driven by something greater than man. And that's what it always is for me. But again, it's like, you know, you get to this place where you go from 340 pounds to now I'm 254 pounds, almost 100 pounds down. That's a different type of fucking, I was on 2 blood pressure medicines. I was on an acid reflux medicine. I had a throat surgery that I had to do because I had these polyps that blocked 90% of my breathing passage that was growing on. And, you know, I was near a real near death experience. And I actually had my surgery at UCLA Medical. Big up to Dr. Chetri, who took care of my shit. And I actually had my surgery and got out the day before we had to go to Nipsey Hussle's memorial of his send-off at the Staples Center. You know, rest in the iconic legend Nipsey, and you know, I just didn't think that any of that shit was coincidental. It was like, you know, and Biggie was March 9th, and Nipsey's send-off was March 12th. So it's like that proximity of time, and me having my surgery on the 10th and got out on the 11th, it was like, there ain't no, it's like either you're gonna make the decision to do this right, or you're between two of the greatest that are no longer with us.
Yeah. So true.
I'm putting that in your face. Now get your shit together. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, my G. That's it. Hey, Bus, man, congratulations on Extinction Level Event 2. It's out now. Wrath of God. Go ahead and stream that, man. Busta, one of the greatest voices in hip-hop. I'm glad that doctor saved your voice, man. Yes. That's amazing. And listen, do a Verzuz with Missy. You're going to win, but she is a strong contender, my G.
Hey, yo, thank you, my brother. I ain't going to lie, man. Missy is my sister, one of my friends in this shit. And if I did do a Verzuz with Missy, if she was ever with it, it wouldn't even be about competitive nature.
No. Celebrate.
That particular Verzuz, I would probably become Spliff Star for Missy. I would become her hype man and shit, and I probably would start playing her shit in my set because I'm just such a huge fan of Missy. I would just turn that shit into give Missy her fucking flowers while she could smell it, because it ain't even I can't even compete with her. That's like, she's the female me, I'm the male her. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, when it comes to videos,
but anybody else who want it, I'm coming to bust your motherfucking ass.
Whoa. You need to make a guest appearance on that Tribe one too. We want to see you there, bro. Too.
Oh yeah.
You'll be there.
Absolutely. That's a factor mundo. I ain't gonna lie, I'm super excited about that E40 and 2 Short Verzuz, bro.
Yeah.
Excited about them. Them two, they got the most albums out probably out of any fucking artist in the history of this rap shit. Individual
pillars, my G.
Combined, it ain't even a discussion. They catalog longer than everybody's, bro.
Yes, sir. We're gonna talk to them next after
we're
hang up with you, my G.
Yeah.
You got a message for them real quick?
First of all, tell both of them I love them. They both my big bros, number one. Number two, I'm a huge fan of both of them. And number three, whatever they say that they need Busta Rhymes to do, it ain't a question. All they gotta do is send me my motherfucking marching orders, and I'm gonna carry out what I'm supposed to carry out. Because them is fucking generals. And we salute them brothers, and that's it.
My G, Busta Rhymes, there he is.
Thank you,
Appreciate the time, my guy. Thank you very much, man.
Love.
I love y'all and I salute y'all and thank y'all for always riding with the fucking bro, Busta Bus. Word, let's keep
dog. Day one, man.
Yo, Busta, one question on the way out.
Yeah.
At what age did your voice get that deep? Like, were you born into puberty or what's the deal?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
You come out crying, man.
I ain't gonna lie. My mother always told me, because I sound like my father, you know what I'm saying? But my mother always told me that when I was born, they made jokes that I sounded like a little baby dinosaur and shit. So
no,
I always had this raspiness even from small, but I really, really grew into it fully. I would say when I was probably when I was going into like the Anarchy album, you know what I'm saying? Extinction Level event, the Final War Front, which by the way, the first Extinction Level event turned 22 years old yesterday.
Wow.
My guy, congratulations.
And I celebrated the birthday with the good Dr. Dre because the Chronic turned 28 years old on the same day. So that's phenomenal company to be in. And you know, this motherfucking dragon voice ain't going nowhere no time soon.
That shit going, man.
That's right.
Busta Rhymes right there. Brother, thank you, man.
I salute y'all. Thanks, fellas. One love.
All day. Love, brother. Congratulations.
All right, love. Thank you.
Yes, sir.